You might know that feeling when you just sit and play games and suddenly an ad just pops up. I mean, what even is this? I needed to do something, so I decided to make my own game. First I chose there should be actually hard, not those freaking stupid mobile games that is not at all. Then there should be no ads at all, which is kind of obvious stuff or ideas. And then no purchases, so 100% free. It could be fun if it reminds a little of the Kosovo game you might know with the bird. It came out a couple of years ago and it's pretty fun. I would recommend it. Next I opened Unity and just started waiting.
A few moments later.
Okay, we're in. I think the first thing to start with was by somehow making a object move. I think we can start with a little cube like this one. I think it's a good place to start. Next, I think I would try somehow coding it to move. I'm not really that used to C#, but I'll try my best. Is it position plus what? It's not? Maybe did I? Maybe I forgot to somehow add delta or some, or is it vector? It's not this. Then what is it? Is it transform or something? It's not. Why is this stupid thing working? I need to. I hate this thing. Did I release? Oh, come on. What is wrong with it? There must be something. Wait a minute. What if I somehow make it to vector or transform? Wait. It was actually just this the whole time. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not used to Unity that much. But at least it's working right now. Next, I made this simple model in Blender as the player. But let's import it to Unity and begin coding it.
One eternity later.
That took way too long. I think it's good to start on making something else now. I'm gonna be honest. The next day, I think it could be cool if there was some sort of platform the player could jump around on, so I made this simple model in Blender. My example is there's multiple objects that spawn, so the player can stand on every one of them, and if he falls down, he dies. Back in Unity, I programmed them randomly to spawn around the world. Well, anyway. Now they spawn around the world, but it all looks pretty empty, so I think we'll need to add some sort of background or something. Then I tried creating this model, but to be honest, it's pretty trash. So I instead tried to make this more simple one. I think it looks a little bit more useful to our game. Yeah, the game looks a lot better now we got some water and background. I think the next step would be to make a UI and the ability to die. So I just made this simple UI and choose to call the game Jumper River. I don't think the name is that important, so we can just use it for now. And then I also make a game over screen when you die, so you can retry. Then I also made this splash effect when he falls in the water, so you can actually see he drowns. With everything set up, I think this looks pretty good with the UI and splash effects. So now I think we can go over to some of the smaller issues. One of the problems were in the end, where you see that the platforms just disappear from the scene, and we don't want the player to just fall off this place. And an example is when we get too far away and we just fall off, so we need to do something. I made this sort of hand in Blender. So now I imported it to Unity to avoid the player to get too far away to the bottom. So you better not get too far away, or else that happens. We will also need some sort of score in the top so we can actually see how far we get. I then just made this simple one in the top corner. And also now we can actually see how long we get. For every meter we cross, the score goes up. I think it's a little boring that we just jump around, so I also made this power up so we can actually jump higher and try some more experience. I then programmed it to double the jump power when we touch it, so we can actually go higher. As we can see, now when we touch it, we will begin to jump a lot higher than we usually can, and they just spawn randomly. But now let's go over to the next part. I think it could be great if we could also play the game on mobile so it's not PC exclusive. So now I can show you every single part and process of me trying to add mobile controls. And now that's done, let's try to open it. Yeah, that looks good. Now both buttons work, and it can also work when we actually die. Oh, yeah. But I think this was all for today's video. But remember to like and subscribe if you liked my video. This was the first part of me making these type of games. But if you like my videos, then make sure to subscribe and like, and then I would surely make more of them in the future. But I think this was all for today, so bye, see you in the next one.